Hello and welcome. I am the last hit point hero, and you have found your way to Neon Lights Roleplay. We are so very glad you're here and hope you enjoy your stay. Tonight, we conclude our playthrough of the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition adventure module Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. This is the First and foremost, no attempts to make the story child appropriate have occurred. This is a tale of cold isolation, alien incursion, and self-centered divinities. This actual play stream contains adult language, descriptions of violence, light gore, scary images, and generally speaking, a great deal of cold. Our players are here to warm the night. Safety tools are in place for the players, but you as a viewer do not have such a luxury. So if you know of any sensitivities listed topics, feel free to use your teleportation spell, bounce away. We will be here when you feel ready to return, barring that ready to action. Kick back, relax, keep all heads, hands, paws, and claws inside the stream at all times. Slap the follow button to join the wonderful world of Neon Lights Roleplay. Click the Discord link that somehow, anytime I say it, mysteriously appears in chat. Years, 4 years of a campaign, and I don't know how it happens, but it does. And above all else, be good. That's the rule. Be good. Now, before I welcome our players for the final time, I do want to say hello to so many faces that are in chat. Thank you so much for coming out. Appreciate it so much, Satoni and Ekash. And it's a blast. We have had, counting it through, something like a dozen players over the course of the 4 years of this campaign. So many
Like 15.
fantastic. It was 15. It was 15 players over the course
God.
of this campaign. Most of which were guests and intentional. Don't worry, we don't like kick people off the table regularly or anything. But it has been an absolute blast, and I mean, I've absolutely loved it. So as we go around the table, introduce yourself for the last time, and I guess I will. I didn't prepare a question, but I think we do have to have a final question. So I probably should riff enough to come up with one. Okay, what is something that your character will miss about Icewind Dale? That's something. Now that even if they stick around afterwards, what's something they're gonna? Hey, Bob's here. Something that they are going to miss about Icewind Dale. More tears and gifts. Appreciate it so much, everybody. So yeah, that is the question. That is some time to take that in and think about it. So we will work our way around. So I did the fully heartfelt introductions last time. So for this last one, you just get the simple, short introduction. One that's still as heartfelt and dear, but you got my speech last time, and I don't want to start this one crying. So immediately below me, an absolute treat, a wonderful individual to play with, and someone who we just looked at the deserts of dread and remembered our first time at the table together. It's Zerhak.
Yeah, when I didn't use any type of microphone, I just used my laptop standard mic. Why did anyone let me do that? I'm still why? Hey everybody, it's me, Sir Heckalot. You know, I'm here, I'm on your screen, and for the last time tonight, I am playing Astoria, who is an ASMR lore bard. She's a she her pronouns, I use she they pronouns, and man, what's she gonna miss most about Icewind Dale? Honestly, I think depending on kind of where she goes and what she does later on, she's gonna miss the kind of small town vibes of a lot of the places that we went to. Just a lot of the people were just so friendly, and just the small communities and everything were just something that she was very charmed by.
Wonderful. Continuing down and around, they are a wonder, they are a delight, they are Al.
Hi, my name's Alucard, and I play our Copper Dragonborn bard, Mirth. Mirth would miss about Icewind Dale, I think, the wildlife. We've met a lot of interesting creatures over the course of this venture to save this region, and since we've gotten out of these situations alive, in hindsight, he looks back and he's like, wow, what amazing creatures. But when you're looking a crag cat in the eye, it's really different than remembering how brave you think you were when you survived the encounter. Past tense.
Fantastic. Continuing around the horn, he's been wonderful to play with throughout this campaign. Love him dearly. Is T.
Hi, I'm T, and I'm playing Brahm, the human paladin. My pronouns are he, they, and Brahm's pronouns are he, him. I think Brahm will most miss how he doesn't have to think about all the trappings of home here. Like, he as an individual is more than happy to fulfill his duty, and he considers that like his greatest goal in life. But when he's home, he has to think about so many other things, from arranged marriage to all of his civil duties, his work duties when he returns, um, how he's going to disappoint or please his family, like all those things. So those are kind of things that weigh on his mind, and things he doesn't have to think about while he's busy focusing on the Frost Maiden.
Absolutely. And last but not least, the final introduction of this campaign. A wonderful woman to share the screen with. I'm so glad to see her smile week to week. Janie Potts.
Hi, I'm Janie. I'm playing May, she, they pronouns. May, Queen May, I should say. And what she would miss most is having the new experiences, the new scenery that she hadn't experienced before, and the people, especially the people she's been working with for the past, I don't know how long it's been.
For May, I think like 3 weeks at most.
Okay.
At absolute most. If it weren't for a time skip, I'm pretty sure this entire campaign fits into a much narrower window than any of us imagine. I'll have to go back and look at the notes to see. But I am Last Hit Point, your hero. I use the he, him pronouns, and I will be, seeing a beautiful end to what has been a wonderfully fun set of D&D games. So, love it. Looking forward to it. And with all those things in mind, the camera pans far away from the Frost Maiden's vault, out to the furthest northwestern town of Tin Town, the city of Lonelywood. Most of Lonelywood evacuated days ago. It had become increasingly clear that the slow moving storm front was of malicious divine origin. Only the heroes of Icewind Dale could stop it now, but none had heard from them in weeks. At least it felt like weeks. It's so hard to tell. Sun not rising, the storm closing in. All they have is to hope. By all accounts, and at the rate it's been moving, the ice wall would arrive in just a few days. Those too old or frail to make the journey to Bryn Shander seek protection sat to watch the inevitable end. For this storm to stop, a god must fall. For dawn to return, an evil must be slain. And for hope to rise in Icewind Dale, warm hearts must prevail. We cut back to an arena beneath the Frost Maiden's vault. This massive area of ice sheets and a central stone pillar dominates the scene. The fight has drug its way across the arena. The floor has broken time and time again out from under the players as they seek a way to slay the Frost Maiden permanently. So far, they've broken her first form. And before them is a 9-foot tall woman carved from ice. But that ice is weeping cold water blood from Brahm's vicious blows. But as we return to this fight, it is the Frost Maiden's turn. Auril looks at each of you that have surrounded her in turn, glares at Mirth several feet away on the platform, but looks down at Brahm with rage. You avoided this once, but you won't again. I need a saving throw, a charisma saving throw from Brahm, as a small gem-sized crystal form and begins to tug at Brahm's very being.
All right. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm looking. I think he might get a bonus against her, but let me check.
Let's roll it and see if a bonus would help.
Okay. Let's find out. Okay, 25.
You roll a 25 on the save, extra bonuses are just rubbing salt in my wound. The tiny ice crystal cracks and shatters, the pieces falling to the ground, and you feel part of your spirit settle as it resisted something.
Brahma is going to spit at her, which immediately freezes and clinks against her body.
Astoria, it's your turn.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm very close to this goddess, and that scares me, even though there's so many of us here. But I guess there are some advantages to being that close in contact, because I do have one offensive touch spell that might not work, but it'd be pretty huge if it did.
Go
But
huge.
yeah,
Let's go.
yeah, I'm gonna go huge. Astoria is gonna step on her foot and try to cast Bestow Curse.
Okay.
I need a wisdom save.
A wisdom save.
Wow. You step on her toe and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, yes, the traditional way to curse someone.
27.
Man, I don't even have enough cutting words value to do anything about that. So no, it didn't work.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that, I guess, because I don't want her to hit me.
At the end of your turn, unless are you moving? Are you happy? You good?
I see. I don't know. I might get an attack of opportunity, so I think it's get hit trying to run away or stay and get hit. But I mean, I guess I would at least have the movement even if I take the damage. So that probably is the better thing to do. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna try to get away.
Sure.
Yep.
Feel free to move. Quick clicking on Divine Smite. Don't remind
I'm
me.
looking at my
I was just
spell.
thinking,
Don't
T just
remind me.
quietly
Cool.
checking
Are they
device.
just okay, so each one are actually 5. Okay, cool.
Why? Why did she roll a 4? 11 misses. As you move away, her ice morning star swings upward and just completely whiffs as you make your way. Enraged. Now she uses
That's
her
what we
legendary
like,
action
baby.
to turn and try and backhand Brahm with this, feeling much more confident with a second attempt. Rolls a 3 for a 10 as she just is livid at the moment.
Brahm, meanwhile, is just doing the Muhammad Ali dodging. in armor, which by the way sounds like pots and pans. Like it's not very stealthy.
May, you and your furniture are up.
Yes, I am going to order them to use my bonus action to order them to hit, and then I'm going to do Dissonant Whispers.
All right, go ahead and start with Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
Or with them. Actually, it's up to you. Which one do you want to start
Oh,
with?
well, I just cast the Whispers.
We can resolve either way. You tell me.
That's a save, a Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. All right. What was that one? A wisdom save is a natural 20 for a 32 on her save.
So that was not effective at all. Okay.
Half damage from Dissonant Whispers.
I believe that's 3d6.
I am the one who whispers.
No, 66. That's the one I. So let me find this again. Okay, so 12 damage.
12 damage. She is not looking good as more water just starts pouring from cracks throughout her form. And you have several pieces. You have 4 pieces of furniture that can make their attacks. They're at +5. You can roll 4d20 and we can see which ones connect.
Okay, let me see. Hopefully I can get it to
Kick
work.
her butt.
So that spells. Said 4d20.
Yeah, you can just roll 4d20 and we'll go in order for the ones hitting.
There's 1. Oh, that's terrible. I don't like that roll.
Hey, tell me about it.
2.
I started the second
Like
part
that.
of this boss fight with a 4 and a 3.
3. What? No.
And none of these are coming through, so just read them to me.
Okay. No, I don't want to.
You got to. It's the rules.
8, 2, 1.
8, 2, 1. All of those miss.
I don't see the other one that I rolled. I had rolled 4. I only see 3.
Okay.
I don't. Can I roll it again? I don't see it.
Yeah, just roll it and tell me. No worries.
Please be good. 17.
That will hit. So 2d6 plus 1 damage.
Okay, the reason why I got that 1 is because that's the chair I'm sitting in.
Perfect.
I don't know how to explain it too, but
You lean back on 2 legs as the front 2 kicker. What was the damage?
it was 2d6 plus what?
1.
So 8.
8. Perfect. The chair you're sitting in kicks her with its legs, and she hisses in its general direction as Sir Brahm, it is your turn. And before you completely unload, this form of the Frost Maiden is looking really damaged.
All right. He's going to try and hit her. He's hasted still.
Yep.
So he's going to try and hit her 3 times.
Go, Brom, go!
That's 1.
Our strategy has been buffing Brom so far.
Okay, go ahead
3.
and stop after the first one.
Okay.
So a 25 hits for 12 slashing damage.
Okay. He does have advantage on all of his rolls as well, I believe.
Oh, that's okay. You just, as you swing through this form, the cracks throughout her body hit right where your blade is and fan out, scattering across the entirety of her form, coming smaller and smaller bits and pieces before all of her detonates into shards of ice all around. I need a dexterity save from 4 chairs, Brom and May.
25.
Shippers.
25. Now, yeah. It's at advantage because you're hasted. That is Brom. A 12
Brom.
is not enough.
Okay, how do I do a dex save for a chair?
All of your chairs have dexterity 12, which is a +1. So I need 4 d20s plus 1 for each of them.
All right. 1d20. These should be coming through now. I was in the wrong browser.
Okay.
Don't tell anybody.
That's a natural 1, a 20. 1 failure, 1 success. Another failure.
I'm rolling terrible.
And 4th one hasn't made it yet.
It's a 5.
It's a 5. Oh yeah, I see it. Nope. That's another failure. So, the ones that failed take 5 cold damage. Rom takes nothing because of cold immunity. And a ridiculous save. And May, you take 5 cold damage as this form of the Frost Maiden shatters into 1,000 pieces. There is this echoing, no, no, no.
Yes.
Anything else on your turn, Brom?
I think he can do a swift action. Let's see. What can you do, Brom? No. Well. No, nothing for now.
All right. At the end of your turn, it would be Mirth that notices this, being the closest. The chill that already has resonated throughout this room, this chill of just being in the presence of the Frost Maiden deepens. And for Mirth, it deepens bitterly. And as you turn toward a coalescing vapor above that anchor winch in the center of the pillar, you see a new shape. One you've not seen before. It is
Oh, no.
a heart of ice.
Ew.
Perhaps 3 feet in diameter, with a spark, a glowing diamond spark in the center. You are at the very edge of this bitter, bitter chill that surrounds the area. But fortunately, it's your turn.
Wow. Mirth watches this from afar as she shatters and the dust cascades over the edge of like the arena, and he feels the horrific icy presence as this heart crystallizes into existence in the middle of this platform near him. And he goes, "Oh guys, she's not down yet." And then I would like to have Mirth slow down a beat and use his observational skills to take in our surroundings and really see what potential advantages there are, check out this wheel, and because it's a dangerous location, so I'm going to have him take a breath, 6 whole seconds, one might say, and look around and see what clues he can deduce. Can I roll investigation or perception?
I always do investigation as touching and perception as looking, so this would fall under perception in this situation.
Okay. No problem. 18 total.
18. So you have been noticing something happening periodically throughout this fight. where a pulse of energies burst forth from the Frost Maiden and bits of the floor fall away to the much more dangerous, I guess we'll say, the underfloor. As you look around this arena, you can see that um, some of the panels are cracked and preparing to burst. And you're fairly certain that the next time something happens, any panel with a crack in it is going to fall away. The other thing that you notice, without any way of deducing what, that crank underneath the Frost Maiden, this frozen heart of the Frost Maiden's third form, it probably moves, but with an 18, you really can't deduce much more than that.
Okay, I have a question about the crank, just more visual details. How
Yep.
big is it? Is it like 15 feet across? Is it the whole platform that we're seeing here on our map? Or is it like, could a single person like Mirth or someone stronger than him turn this thing, or is this going to be a group effort?
A single person can definitely turn this.
Okay.
It is the snowflake in the center of this. So it looks
Sitting on
like
it.
it's probably half the size of in Conan, the wheel that he
Oh,
goes up
yes.
turning.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
much smaller version of something along those lines.
Okay. All right. So Mirth notices all of these things. One more question. What's over the edge to the underfloor? Does he
Oh.
see the redness beneath, or?
So the redness is a limitation of the map that I chose. It
Okay.
is a deep frozen fog. You saw that Brahm fell into it earlier and it had no effect on Brahm other than falling. But there is a chair that is frozen solid at the bottom of one of these.
Ooh.
So you have the distinct impression that it is very cold down there.
Okay.
But
Like the equivalent of reverse lava. Terribly
It's re-
cold. Killed a
It's probably
chair.
not the equivalent of reverse lava because I don't want you to feel like falling in kills you immediately. The chair survived 2 turns down there.
But that's the chair. That shit's tough.
I
That's a
mean,
main chair.
how tough is a chair is a relevant question when deciding whether to go down there or not.
How tough is the chair? Yes. Okay. Okay. In that case, Mirth sees the heart. He's still not feeling fully peachy. And with shaking cold hands, he's actually gonna doff another potion that he has. Is gonna be his main. Oh no! Did it freeze?
No, but I just realized that the snowflake I keep referring to was on the GM layer, so I just moved it to the token layer so that
Oh, I
you
thought
can
you
now
were
see the
covering it.
snowflake.
Oh my god. There was
Oh, got it,
one
got
this
it.
whole time.
I was gonna
There was
say, I,
also- there was one there this whole time.
I
Oh,
was just assuming that she was like covering it, but that's a good illustration now that we can actually see it.
Yep.
Okay, cool. But yeah, Mirth's gonna just chug a potion slushy, and I think he is he's gonna kind of creep around a little bit, like behind her.
Okay.
Well, there's no behind if it's a floating heart.
There's
And
no.
he's
yep.
going to say, give it up, Auril. This is over. You've lost. You don't have your mithril, you don't have any of your cronies, and we outnumber you. You're done. Pull back the curse.
The diamond within flickers, and the entire arena. It doesn't echo because it simply can't, but it is infused with the whispered voice of the Frost Maiden. I am the cold. I am all there ever will be. You will feel my touch in the ground. Your species will feel my kiss when it falls for the last time. I remain. There
Mirth
is.
cringes back at the horribleness of her voice as she aims that whisper right at him.
there is another pulse of energy that rocks this entire arena as more of the floor shatters and falls into the cold beneath, leaving just a few safe platforms to stand. Astoria.
Okay. Well, that made things wild now, didn't
Oh
it?
wait,
Uh,
didn't she fell
Something
out of the?
happened.
Just wait, she fell out of the turn order. It's actually her turn.
Whoops.
But let me
Oh
just
no.
let me just throw the boss back
Uh-oh.
into
Or
the
you could
turn
just
order.
not.
No, it's
Or
fine.
you
No,
could simply
it's
not. Have you
probably
considered?
important.
Have you considered letting us win?
Not Murph.
Okay,
Yay,
they're
fine,
much
guys.
better. Yeah, perfect. All right. This crystalline form in the air suddenly begins to call around it a storm of a blizzard. Wind picks up, winds that fill this arena just with this ungodly howl. And around her, the snow and the ice swirl and continue to swirl, obscuring her and creating this 30-foot wide aura of blowing winds and whipping snow, where, Mirth, for you, all you see is the snow around you. You are effectively blind within this. And for the rest of you, the Frost Maiden disappears behind this veil of winter.
Okay, no, never mind. Well, no, not never mind. Is this like a physical blinding that she's manifest, or is this an illusory?
This
Would
is
see
physical.
invisibility be useful?
She is not
Okay.
invisible. She has called up winds and snow to hide her form.
Okay, shoot.
That is her action. And she's fine where she is. Now, Astoria, you may take your turn.
Oh, well, shit, that changed things a lot. The one downside of being a bard is, for the most part, you have to see the thing to do anything.
Yes.
Um,
She wants us to come
okay.
into her little snow globe.
Yeah, she does. Okay. All right. Wait, doesn't Mirth have a like blind sight or whatever? Didn't you? No, you said see invisibility. Never mind.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter right now though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted
think
it to
my
matter.
best bet-
I totally am on the same page as you. I was like,
Yeah. I was like, oh, that would have been huge. Okay. Well,
yeah.
first off, I'm gonna take a bonus action to take this last unstable healing potion that I have. I don't know why I still have this, but I'm so glad I do. Okay, so I have to roll a d10, figure out how many d4s I roll.
Correct.
Three. Okay,
Yep.
well, it's
3
more
d4s
than
plus 3.
standard. Okay. Well, it's better than no hit points. I'll heal that 9. That's fine. That was below average, chat. Okay, I think my best bet, even though it will be at disadvantage, something to roll to hit. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my my good old ring of the ram. I'm
Sure.
gonna
Ring of
try
the
to aim
Ram!
it. I'm gonna try to aim it into this cloud.
Okay.
It is a 60-foot range, though. I should be able to do it.
There you go.
We'll see. Okay. So this is a. See, make this. So it's probably gonna just do 1. Oh, well, that's probably... Let's see if we can make it worse. No. That sucks. A 10's not gonna hit.
A 10 is definitely not going to hit.
Man, the second roll is so good. It was a 23. That
Oh,
sucks. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Well,
it would be important for me to remind everyone the squares are 10 feet, not 5. So the measurement with the ruler is off. So I think you're out of range anyway. So if it's don't use
Okay,
a
well, I mean,
charge,
if
so
the
you
worst
can-
comes to worst, like, I can fly over this stuff because my wings are bamped out, so, like, if I need to do that, that's fine, but...
Yep. Yeah, I think you flying a bit closer to attempt that would be...
Yeah, sure.
30, 40, 50, 60 puts you... Oh, I just moved the entire map.
Ah,
Fear.
Oh, okay, I know why. Fixed my problem. There we go. That would put you here in order to do that, and I have to get rid of several things that are stuck on this map that shouldn't be there. Yeah. Anything else, Astoria?
That's action, bonus action, and movement, so yeah, I'm good.
All right. At the end of your turn, she will take a legendary action to turn your way and blast a polar ray at you. So this beam
That's
of
rude.
cold light goes flying in your direction. A
Huh.
natural 1. I blame
Yes!
Mr. Rogers for this.
Yes!
It is your
Mr.
fault.
Rogers!
There's a 2 remaining in the Mr. Rogers curse. That
oh
goes
no.
that goes to May.
Okay, so I know Mirth pretty well by now, correct?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So could I
There's not much to know.
Mirth to dimension door to Mirth?
Yeah, you
Oh, do
can
you want
mention Door
door
to
to-
Mirth.
Yeah, I'm grabbing my chairs and I'm dimensioning door to Mirth.
Okay.
Come to me, my liege.
We'll collect some chairs. Pop you down here. Surround Mirth with chairs. One
And
of
my-
which you are sitting in.
And my bonus action is to attack. To tell the chairs to attack.
All right. All of your remaining chairs go charging in, and this ice heart is hovering off the ground, but they stack on top of each other to get their attacks in. So
Okay.
you can go ahead and roll 4
correct.
d20s.
Okay. I can actually roll them this time because I'm using the correct browser. Oh, that was pretty. Oh, no, 25.
25 will hit.
And let me do the other one. Cleared. 2. Please be a good one. No, it's okay. I got the 25 in there. Come on, please be a good one. You can do it. Okay. This is the last one. You can do it, dice, all right?
A natural 20, an 11, a 10, and a...
Okay, come on, dice. You can do it. You got this.
and a natural 1. So, one of the chairs crits. This stack of chairs falls. Only the first one hits this frozen heart. And as all of them near, you see the cold bite into each. And all of you notice that they are stiffer and not moving as well. They definitely are damaged by being that close to Winter's heart. Oh, it's heavily obscured. I'm not going to take that away, but I need to remember for next time that now that you're in the middle of this storm, you can't see anything. Fortunately, chairs don't need to see. They have blind sight. You, however, do. So that was your action to dimension door, your bonus action to tell them to get her, and then
That's
any
it.
movement that you want to use?
I'm just going to make sure I'm standing by Murph, letting Murph know that you're not alone. Your buddy's with you.
All
Wait,
right, perfect.
I don't want to be right on top of you. I'm trying to. Wait, where did Murph go? There you go. Okay, that's better.
Perfect. Brom, it is your turn. Now you are currently
All right.
enlarged.
Yes.
Oh, and the Frost Maid needs to make a concentration save. Which she passes.
All right. He is enlarged. He needs to get to her. He's hasted. Unfortunately, this. Oh, good.
It's a 10-foot drop down below.
Mm-hmm.
Then each square is 10 feet. Those are the things to remember.
Okay. He can move. How much extra movement does haste do?
It's another. It doubles your move.
Okay. Okay. So he can. It's like here,
10,
I think.
20, 30, 40, 50, 60. You can climb up on the edge of the pillar.
Okay. Ah!
Nope,
Here,
that's fine.
there.
Right there.
Alright. There he is. He used up all his movement.
So you have another action where you can move yet again.
That's true. What do I want to do? I think what I'll do instead is, what can I do here?
We need to get you over here.
He wants to stay far away because he wants to hit her next time. All right, I'll move over here. Fine.
Okay. As you get closer, it gets colder, but that doesn't affect you. However, with all of the swirling winds and cold, you know that she's somewhere nearby, but you still cannot see her.
All right.
All good? Okay. Mirth, you are up.
Can I use Dispel Magic on her ice storm?
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Mirth is going to try and use Dispel Magic on this tornado of ice. And I guess he'll aim. I don't even know. Sometimes with magic, you just don't aim. I think he closes his eyes and he's gonna have a go at it. So let's see the way that works.
Give me an Arcana check.
Mm-hmm.
I will set a spell level to this thing that isn't really a spell, but I like that idea.
Oh, you just want me to roll just Arcana in general? Okay. And then you can work with that.
I think for Dispel Magic, it's what? Arcana plus your casting?
I'm pretty sure it's just your spell mod.
Yeah.
Is it just spell
Okay.
bar?
It is. Yeah, so
Got
third
it.
level or lower, it ends. Fourth level or higher, you make an ability check using spellcasting ability.
That ability check,
And the DC
please.
is 10 plus the spell's level, so whatever you think the spell level is for that, if it is a spell.
Yeah. We have a spell level in mind.
Okay. In that case, I will see what Mirth gets. Oh, I only got 14.
Do you still have my
14?
inspiration? Oh, okay, never
I'll say
mind.
14 is
Wait!
exactly enough.
That
I
worked.
set it
Okay,
at
we're fine.
14. It's a non-damaging,
Oh,
just blinds people spell.
God!
You cast Dispel Magic, and suddenly these winds calm, and they calm in an aura outward from Mirth. There's just this bubble of clearing the snow and ice that occurs before all of you can now see this 3 foot in diameter floating ice crystal hovering.
Haha.
And you know what? I think the way he does it, now that we know he didn't beef it somehow, I think when the ice clears around him, he's holding in his hands like a tiny little flame that he conjured, a little freckle of light in the darkness. And that was his focus when he was trying to make this happen. And he looks surprised when he sees that the storm has quieted, and he goes, "Guys, it did it! It worked!"
That is perfect. It is. At the end of your turn, as this snow and ice falls, enraged by all of this, just getting knocked aside, she is going to use 2 of her legendary actions to start to glow. This inner light, this diamond at the core of her, gets brighter and brighter and brighter until there's this flash. I need all of you that are on the pillar to give me a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
The intensity of the light increases and increases. 17 saves. 23 saves. Mirth is the last one.
Sorry, let me find my little dice thing here.
No worries.
No!
No.
I got a 4.
A 4.
No.
I don't think a D8 can help you.
I don't think a D8 is gonna help me.
You look down on this little flame in your hand. There's this look of shock. It worked! And then you look up, and as you do, a flash bulb goes off, and Mirth's eyes go milky white as you are blinded by this beam.
No.
Dang it, he was so proud. Just immediately
So we all
humbled
can
again.
see Mirth
Instantly.
went blind.
No.
Beth went blind so that the rest could see. Okay,
No.
great. Am I just blinded? Is that
You're
my
currently
fate?
blinded. That you are blinded.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Great.
There is another burst of energy as the last
God.
2 sections of floor fall
Well-
away.
Well,
A 4. Oh,
And then Auril, hovering 10 feet in the air, well aware of the fact that everyone can see her now, and not particularly happy about it, is going to fly 50 feet this way. 10, 20, 30, 20, 30, 40, 50. Brahm and all 4 chairs can take a swing as she moves out of their reach.
well,
Oh,
boo,
only
but,
30. It's
Well,
disappointing. You still
on
may
that,
take
but-
your attacks.
Okay. Okay. Can I I can't smite her while I'm doing that, can I?
Nope.
No. Alright. Here you go, has advantage. Wait, did it work? Oh, yeah, I did roll. Okay.
A natural 20. Thanks. Uh, 21 will hit, a 10 will not. So that is 23 slashing damage and 9 bludgeoning damage as she tries to fly away from the 8 misses. And one more chair. 1, 2, 3. That one misses too. The chairs have started rolling poorly, and I'm very happy for it. As they kind of hop in the air to try and whap at her as she flies this direction. She turns, takes a look. Well, I guess takes a look. That's a relative term. Is honestly pretty upset at Mirth right now because Mirth made it so everyone can see and blasts her polar ray at Mirth, which is done at advantage since Mirth is blind. So we have
there's a sound effect there. Oh shit.
natural 20 to to blast Mirth for 25 cold
Oh, no.
damage. And then she shoots a second time.
Oh, stop
No.
it. Quit it, please.
22 to hit
Yeah, that hits.
for another 17 cold damage.
So that's 25 plus 17 damage, which is 42 damage. Oh, thanks.
42.
Okay.
Cold will be the last thing any of you feel.
I think Mirth is so
Astoria.
cold he doesn't even react to being hit. He just like ice cube frozen in place. He's going to be discovered by
Oh.
paleontologists in the future.
No! Not allowed. You're not about to
Preserved.
get Han Solo'd. You stop that right now. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get.
Oh,
a
I'm
little bit
so
closer.
low.
We're gonna
Oh
fly
my
a little
god.
bit. 5, 10, or wait,
Astoria, can you
that's-
fly?
that's
Astoria can
10,
fly, yes.
That's 15. Yes, I'm not just like out here in the cold.
Astoria's not
free-falling.
just hustling
Um,
around on the ground.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
Swimming through
Um,
the deep.
okay, so that was.
Okay, I'd pay money to see someone be like,
Okay, I am close enough. Okay, bonus action. Gonna send a little healing word at. That was a fair amount of damage. Let's do a 3rd level healing word towards Mirth.
Sure.
aw.
Thank you. You're so nice.
Yeah, I got you.
Mirth
I
is
got
60
My
feet away
besto
from you, so yep,
friendo.
you're good.
Yep, that'll work. Oh, I didn't mean to roll that with advantage. Hopefully it didn't do that. No, I think it's fine.
Looks
That's
fine.
15.
15
Yeah.
healing.
Oh, thank
Health.
you. I feel much better.
And then just double checking my distance on this one. Yeah, I should be able to. We're gonna try now that we're not doing this at disadvantage. We're gonna try to hit this with the Ring of the Ram again.
Absolutely.
'Cause
I'm
I
in
cast
clutch.
this spell earlier.
Bah.
A
24. Let's
24 will hit.
Let's get big.
Let's go.
That's huge.
Okay.
Let's
that's
go.
2d10 force damage, and then it's pushed 5 feet away from me.
Good.
15 damage.
15 damage. As this figure of a ram goes flying through the air toward the frozen form of the Frost Maiden and pushes her 5 feet. Sway.
You've got to break her heart.
Anything else, Astoria?
That's me.
At the end of your turn, the Frost Maiden will turn and return fire as a polar ray arcs between the two of you. This beam of pure cold goes shooting toward Astoria. An 18 to hit.
I'm gonna try to cutting words that.
Go ahead.
We're gonna see. Please, dice gods. Wait,
Please.
that's a 14. I think that's still unfortunate. That's
That
still
is
hits me.
a
I'm very
14 to hit.
Yeah.
That is 18 cold damage as this arc
okay.
of frozen light pierces through your wing.
Alright, cool. I'm not looking too good, y'all.
Oh no.
May, it is your turn.
Okay, so
Astoria, what are you?
Oh.
I think I'm going to polymorph myself into a giant eagle.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will make you giant, but not change your
Okay.
icon.
Your icon.
And then I am going to 30. Boom.
Oh, good girl.
Alright, flying up next to her.
Yep.
As you get up next to her, you enter this area of just extreme cold. It gets colder and colder, and so that you're not surprised by this, you know that if you end next to her, it is going to hurt. Are you all right with that?
Maybe a little further.
All
Is
right.
that okay?
If you're there, then no, you cannot feel the cold too intensely from there.
Okay. Is all right. And I can't do anything else right now, I believe.
Okay. That is an action and movement. You have a bonus action. There's room for 2 of your chairs to be adjacent to her to attack.
I would have to drop the chairs because it's a concentration spell.
Oh, so all the chairs go inert right there in the middle.
Could I have done the chairs before?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with
Okay.
you sending in the chairs in waves, dropping them, and then turning into it. So go ahead and give me the 4 attacks, because you will send a chair in, it will attack. You'll send a chair in, it'll stack up and attack. You send a chair in, it'll stack up and attack. You send a chair in, it'll stack up and attack. 22 will hit. I'm glad the chairs are going away, because it would be so anticlimactic if the chairs. Oh my gosh! A chair that did 18 damage.
Yes.
This is Brom 2. Let's name that chair
Another
Brom
8.
2.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
These chairs just start crashing themselves against the Frost Maiden, shattering into 100 pieces as each one hit this icy form.
Oh, there's the one I was sitting in.
And then, yes, and then there's the one. All the chairs fall inert. May, you've used an action, you've moved. That's the end of all that, correct?
Yes.
Okay. At the end of your turn, the Frost Maiden is going to send out a polar ray.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
You are the most recent one to hurt her, but she is not stupid. The floating heart turns and looks at each of you, seems to assess each in turn before a polar ray goes arcing toward Astoria, barely keeping
No.
flight nearby.
No.
Oh shit, can I counterspell that? Shit, I can't because
It's
I
just
have
an
to
attack.
see that.
It's just an attack.
Oh,
It
no, no,
is
no, no,
just
no,
an
no,
attack
no.
that I hit the wrong button for.
Yeah, you did.
A
Oh,
28
no.
to hit.
You're killing her! No!
This
No.
Yeah.
bright light flashes out from the Frost Maiden's form, piercing Astoria's wing as she falls limp into the ice
Ugh.
below.
Uh-huh.
Crap.
That is when you land. 1 death saving throw used
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
as you freeze in the ice below. Brom, it's your turn.
Motherfucker. All right. How far up is she?
The Frostmate, she's 10 feet up in the air. You well within reach. You're enlarged.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. He's gonna move here, and he's gonna use his last smite on her. And hit her a lot.
24 will hit, a 20 will hit, and a 26 will hit. All of
Okay.
those will hit. The
All right.
first one, what level smite do you have left?
Only level 1.
Okay, so that is the 2d8 that it rolled automatically. So that is 20 damage from the first one. That is... Oops. Was at... Much. That is 20 damage from the first one. That's 20.
Mhm.
That is 17 from the next. And that is 14 from the last. The Frost Maiden would only have survived 1 of those 3 damages if she gets hit one more time. She is cracking. The ice heart itself is starting to list to one side, barely keeping any height. Anything else, Brom?
Can I use the rest of my movement?
You may. You're hasted still.
Oh, that's
I-
right.
So
Okay.
you've used your actions and your extra action to attack again.
Yep.
You have used 10, 20, 30 feet of, or it'd be 25 feet of movement.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have, what, your speed is doubled.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be another 10, 20, 30. You can get to here.
Okay. It's gonna jump down to go try and grab Astoria.
Yep, you jump down into the cold as you start running toward Astoria. Anything else, Brom?
Flora. Nope, because I have to touch her to heal her. So.
Okay. The hovering form of the Frostmaiden will turn and assess the other two that are nearby. She knows that it's difficult, if impossible, for her to hurt Brom. So instead, she'll assess the giant eagle. She'll assess the
Oh.
copper dragonborn. And she will
No.
blast. Mirth,
Yeah,
a beam of cold light arcs towards you. A 26 to hit
Yes.
for 11 cold damage.
All right.
It is your turn.
But I'm not happy about it. Okay. Wait, 11 you said? Okay.
Yes.
Shit, I didn't think I'd get this far. What the heck am I gonna do whilst blinded?
Oh yeah,
Do
I
I
forgot
still
it's at
feel-
advantage. She might get a critical hit. 1 second. Hold, please.
Oh my god.
Ew.
No, she
Okay.
didn't. Okay.
I feel my sight coming back. Do I feel my sight coming back? Is there any hope?
At the end of your turn, you may attempt another saving throw.
Okay. I went over what abilities I have left, and they all, like you were saying, heck, they really do rely on sight. Didn't think of that weakness. Some accessibility issues there with the bard spells. Okay. Mirth casts invisibility on himself. And his May flew away in eagle form, so I like to imagine maybe he was holding her hand when she dimension doored over briefly, and then like talons, and then off she goes to go be a giant eagle. So he's feeling very vulnerable and alone on the edge of this platform. And would Astoria have screamed or made any kind of indication that she got hit? Or
Oh, Astoria was flying and fell from the sky. So yeah, there's.
okay, so he would have no idea. Has anybody indicated that Astoria is unwell in some capacity, or is this just did
You
she
would be
softly
fully
fall?
aware that Astoria is in deathly peril.
Okay. Mirth will scream for Astoria, and then I think he will start like doing the mummy walk like across the platform.
Arms
Like-
out in front of
Arms out, inching with his foot as he tries to make his way towards where he
Oh
thinks
my
Astoria
God.
is. We're going in character with this, but he is invisible. So I suppose
Which
invisibly
makes them even
yelling.
funnier. At least he can see himself.
God, he can't see. Nobody can see him.
No,
He
no
can't
one can
see-
see.
He
Yeah.
can't see anything. This
see
is so
this-
sad.
Oh my god, weird.
Anyway, I guess that's what I'm doing in this tragic moment, DM.
Okay.
Can I actually scooch forward? Hold on, I actually think he is going to do... Oh, you moved him. Great, thank you.
Yep, I got you.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, and
happy
can I
with
make
that?
a save? Can I see if I see?
You may
Can I
make a
roll?
wisdom saving throw.
Oh, wisdom, great. Oh! I also got a 4 again.
That will not save.
Oh gosh, I was doing so well at the beginning of the combat. Dang it. Sorry, guys.
Nothing happens anymore. The floor's gone. Auril is flying and happy. On Auril's turn, the whispers will echo. One has fallen. 3 remain. One of which, foolish to think she can hide from a god.
Oof.
As the true sight bearing form of the Frost Maiden blasts another polar ray into the side of Mirth, who she can see just fine.
Mm,
A 21 to hit or 11 more cold damage.
okay.
Are you still conscious?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Then
Yes, I
she
am because of
sends
the.
a
No.
second.
No.
I'm so
24
happy.
to hit for 19.
That takes Mirth down.
Mirth
Uh-oh.
falls
Oh,
unconscious.
Shit. My
Well, at
brother.
least people can see you again.
Everyone sees Mirth.
He looks like a
laying-
dead bearded dragon. Just like,
No!
No.
Astoria, if you'd be so kind as to send me a roll.
Okay, how do you do that? Is it GM roll?
Yep, GM roll.
Oh, I need to figure out how to do that too, actually.
Okay, I think I'm doing it right. We're gonna hope. Okay.
Noted. Well, this puts us in a bit of a quandary. That's the end of your turn,
Uh-huh.
where you
don't
are
like
laying in
that.
bitter cold. There is a rime of frost that develops over Astoria as she lays on the ground at the bottom of this pit.
HP, if
May, it's your turn.
when I catch you, Ricky.
Okay, so May is just going to do the eagle attack, which is a triple attack.
Okay.
And I'm just going to roll a d20, and it's +5.
Okay. So you swoop in. As you get within melee range, you take 10 damage to your eagle form, which is not enough for you to drop the form. And you have 3 attacks.
Okay, here's one. 24.
19 will hit.
Well,
Or
it's
24, yep, 24 will hit.
That's probably not going to hit.
Nope, that will not hit. 8 plus 5 will not hit.
Please be a good one. And that one's not going to hit.
Okay, I need damage on your first one.
Okay, that is a... Yes.
That is a 2d6 plus 3.
Yeah, so it would be Talon, I guess.
Oh, if it's a beak is 1d6 plus 3.
I meant Talon, beak, Talon.
2d6 plus 3.
Thanks, HP.
Guys, take her out.
8.
8. She is in terrible condition. There is no way that she would survive another hit of that strength. Ice and water are falling from her form. Brom, it's your turn.
All right, Brahm's gonna go over and pick up Astoria and do his lay on hands for all 30 of his healing,
Before you
Thank
cast any of that
or
magic,
40 actually.
no, you're not committing to that action because when you
All
pick her
right.
up, her form is frozen.
Oh shit!
Lay on hands does not affect the dead.
Why do I keep becoming statues in 5e campaigns?
No.
Stop.
Dad, you failed your saving throw?
I rolled a 2.
No.
Hey, at least I didn't roll a 1. That would have been just immediate.
The other 2 fails come from the cold of the pit.
Yeah.
In order
Damn
to
it.
survive, Heck had to roll a 10 or higher.
I can't even get her to I don't even have a class that can make her reroll. Yeah, and I'm not a healing paladin.
You've only used 5 feet of movement, Brom, and you are still hasted.
Okay. He's gonna carry Astoria back up here.
Okay, it says 5, and then 15, 25 puts Astoria next to Mirth. You have 5 feet left, and then you have actually more than that because your speed's doubled, and you have your attacks.
All right, he's gonna move over here and attack this witch.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
He doesn't say anything. He picks her up robotically, puts her down, and then looks back at Auril with pure hatred.
A
1.
15 misses, a 25 hits. Your first swing glances off of the frozen form of this heart, but your second stabs straight to its very core. Your blade buries into the diamond at the center, and there is a howl as cold winds blow through the arena. The form of the Frost Maiden goes limp. This icy heart slides off of your sword and shatters on the floor below. Frost Maiden, for now, at least, is no more. A falling whisper, one as light as the first snow. I am a god. This cannot be. This will not last. I will. And it fades away in the whisper of the cold night as the arena goes quiet.
You want me to make a saving roll?
Yep. There's no way that you can so drastically fail this that Brahm can't get to you to give you a hit point.
Okay.
It goes all
I
the way
say do it.
around. The three of you standing in the cold of this arena, in the quiet of this arena, next to Astoria's body, are confident that the Frost Maiden is gone.
Brom is going to go ahead and heal Mirth because I know he's not doing so great.
Thank you.
He's going to get 20 hit points.
Thank you.
May, are you also at 20 hit points? Or are you also at not so great health?
I am currently in bird form.
Okay.
I
Brom
think
would go ahead.
in order for us to consider what to do next, we should take our first break for a few minutes and come back to see what the plan is. I should have pinged
yes.
Foxy earlier. Let me ping Foxy. Okay, perfect.
Hi,
Hell
Foxy.
yeah.
If you wouldn't mind, Foxy, why don't you send us to break while we discuss what to do with Storia's second death of this campaign?
No.
We'll
She
be
has
back
9
soon,
lives.
everybody.
The rule.
Everyone, and welcome back to the very end of our Rime of the Frost Maiden adventure. We find ourselves with the Frost Maiden fallen, but not fallen alone. As the party gathers around the frozen body of Astoria to decide what to do next. What's the plan?
Mirth rolls awkwardly not onto his feet because he just was knocked out real bad, and still blinking away the frosty blindness from his eyes, he grabs Brahm's forearm and kind of braces himself and gasps, "Astoria, I heard her fall." And then he sees her.
Brahm looks over to the body and doesn't say anything. He's put his faceplate is crusted with sweat, tears, and blood and assorted gunk as he pushes it up, and it kind of like trickles down the sides of his face. Like, wearing armor was really a thing that requires bathing afterwards, but that's a story for another time. So he looks down at Astoria and looks back at the others and then just nods solemnly. "I was too late," says rather flatly.
"Maybe not." And Mirth crawls over to Astoria's poor, frigid body where she lays in repose, and he sees on her sash the Mythalar, this obsidian orb. And if there's one thing that canonically Mirth Immaculae cannot resist, it's fucking around with Netherese magic.
When your eyes settle on this Mythalar, Astoria grabbed it so quickly, no one else really got a good look at it. It is very familiar. Weeks ago, you found a cracked version of this in a cabin outside the woods. A wizard, a priest, who used it to give life to some of the Warforged, some of these battle-born beings. This one looks exactly like that, except it is in perfect condition. As you pull this stone into your hand, you can feel it, an odd sense of expectation radiating from it.
Mirth
feels
reaches out blindly for May for emotional and physical support. "Come here, both of you."
May will drop her eagle form and
Oh,
go.
that's right. She's. Ooh, how badass would that be, though? Calling her friend over as they transform back from a giant eagle.
That's so cool. Brahm offers his hand to Mirth and links it.
Mm-hmm. And Mirth will put all of our hands on this object and say, "I can feel it. This is what gave the Metal Guard life. It's raw magic, and it's listening to us."
Okay. So we put magic into it, and then I just tell Astoria to live.
Well, I didn't think that far ahead, but this thing is really powerful. There's got to be something we can do.
So let's just do it.
And
put your healing into it.
All right.
Okay, I'll cast my little 5th level restoration attempt on the orb to Astoria through the orb somehow.
As you begin casting this spell, the magics radiate from you, and instead of going directly to Astoria, they are passed into this Mythalar. And the slight color of magic that you've always noticed, that you've sang about since you were small, brightens. It amplifies. And it pours over the frozen form of Astoria. The ice that encases her melts. And though she is still dead, she's flesh.
Brahm exhales deeply as he casts his magic. He half wants to believe and half doesn't think this is going to work. But he does his best to keep focused. "She's defrosting," he says, almost robotically.
You place a hand on the stone and a hand on Astoria. And as the healing magics instilled in all Paladin pour through, you feel not the warmth that you typically do when you lay on hands, but a vibration. As the hand on Astoria begins to buzz with such intensity it blurs against her. There is a gasp. Though her eyes are closed, she remains unmoving. Astoria's body is breathing.
Fuck yeah.
Brom's eyes widen, but he looks almost like he wanted to pull away, but he does not. He just stays holding on to her.
May?
Astoria, I command you to live.
You cast the command spell. The spell that for a moment bends the will of the target. This time, the word live is forced through a mythalar, and there is an echo. Live! As the entirety of the arena shakes, and Astoria's eyes shoot open. You're alive again, Astoria. But everything hurts.
Oh. Ah.
A second time? And Merce will very gently hover hug her. The hug of somebody
Okay.
dead, like a fake hug.
Please.
Not touching it. I'm an expert at hover hugging.
Astoria, get you a guard so you never get hurt again.
Well, you think that would be what the team effort is for, but
right? We're the guards.
Brom,
I'm so sorry.
Brom actually reaches over and sorry, Astoria. She gets squeezed against cold metal.
Okay. Yes, I love you all too.
Okay, Astoria gets a May hug as well. May doesn't hug.
I just flew a little too close to the proverbial sun. I get it.
There is this.
She went right for you, but she's gone now.
You did
We
it.
did it. We made it.
There's a moment of quiet as the reality settles in. And as you look around this arena, you can see cracks beginning to form in its facade. You can feel a low shudder as whatever powers were holding it together have broken.
We should use our winch, says, looking at the giant wheel.
I can become I can call my flying horse, but I think we can only carry 2 people.
As you consider what to do, a familiar beam of sunlight cuts through the sky, this darkness above you, and forms on top of that winch. The snow melts in a circle as spring grasses grow and little flowers sprout. And standing in the middle of it is a grinning, 18-inch tall fey being. The moment she was gone, I woke up. I felt it. I knew it. I knew you did it. I never doubted. No doubt at all. It was going to happen. This little creature, Mercutio, the fey being you knew so well, is wearing a sackcloth dress and a simple leather hat. In their hand, they have a party popper. Yay! Her power's lifted. I know that tomorrow the sun will rise. I know it will. So many need to be told. We need to tell them. Oh, it's still freezing out there, by the way. Did you fix that?
Oh, we need to fix that, says Brom almost emotionlessly, and looks at the black item as if to if he was left to his own devices, he would probably shake it to try and get it to work.
What is this, a school for ants?
What is this school for ants? No, he just looks at it like it's supposed to give him the answers right away. We need to use this to stop her spell. Winter's last breath has to end.
Right.
But how?
Well, can you get us outside? We can't exactly use this thing unless we're out there.
Yeah, outside's easy. You know, outside's one thing. It's still cold out. Let's go to town. And Mercutio grabs a hold of all three of you somehow. You don't know where or all four of you. You don't know where the other two hands came from. But
Oh,
you
God.
feel the warmth of spring sun. Everything goes bright. And you are taken all the way back to the walls on top of Bryn Shander. So very, very far
Wow.
from the ice arena that you've been in. And because this is, you're bouncing around like crazy, don't worry about it. You know what, forget it. I will just go to this. When the light fades, you find yourself standing on top of the walls of Bryn Shander. Looking around, the streets are full of refugees, people that have fled the wall of ice, that even from this massive distance, you can feel. The sky is still dark, the sun has still not risen, but the light of torches below lets you see just how many have gathered. There's a couple gasps and pointing as folks see you. Mercutio turns and looks at you and goes, don't worry about them, don't worry about them. So how are you going to fix it?
Mirth, is there anything in your book?
Now, what does your book say?
Which one? He takes out the feral demon book and the normal sketchbook.
The feral
Right.
demon.
Right, of course. He'll tickle it open and then warily look inside.
It snaps at you, but more in a friendly manner. You start...
Like a chihuahua.
You know what you're looking for. You're looking for a way, something, and you remember very long ago when a frost troll attacked all of you. You recovered its heart, and in your book, there's writings of the most unusual attribute of an ice troll's heart is that if it is buried, it allows a simple ritual that casts control weather in a small area around the buried heart. Now, I know as players, you don't remember this, but this is literally something that is tied to the heart of this thing that you killed 3 years ago and have had a heart in your bag for that long.
Have we? I was afraid it went with Lane when
Nope, we had it.
Oh, thank God. So somebody has a crusty old heart in their bag?
Yep, that's Brom.
Christ.
Yep, Brom wrapped it up and put it in a napkin along with his boyfriend's finger.
Heel.
Oh
it was
God.
Seov's heel. Yes, also.
His heel, I'm sorry.
Oh, what is happening? We're so gross. We're the grossest himbos. I love it.
Look, bro, I told you he's disgusting. I wasn't exaggerating.
He is. Mirth says, the troll heart, very loudly. We have to use the troll heart and bury it, and if we amplify it through the Mythalar, we could probably dispel a good amount of this weather. Let's look in our bags.
Brom pauses and then digs through the bag, pulling out all manner of junk, scraps of cloth, needle and thread, his boyfriend's heel, and then...
Why do you have that?
He's had that for like
what is he
2
doing
years
with it?
now. He wanted to resurrect him. They just didn't have time.
I guess he could do that.
That's a conversation to have with
Your therapist.
Okay.
Yeah. He's bringing the heel with him, but yeah, he's saving that for later.
Oh.
Are there
Um,
Oh my
words to the
god.
spell? Like, should Brahm be the one who casts it, or
but yeah, Brom brings out the troll heart and kind of sits it out in front of them. We have this.
Good, good. Now we just have to bury it.
is that it? Is there something else we have to do? A ritual or
Focus
Well,
the
something?
there's a
power.
ritual involved here, and he turns the book around to show the notes and stuff. We have to follow these steps. It's kind of like cooking. But the first step is bury this sucker.
Brom makes a little frowny face, but Brom is going to start digging. That's really, really hard because the ground is frozen, but he's going to do his damnedest.
Because I have
You-
a shovel. He doesn't.
You make your way down. You're able to dig a hole through the snow and ice.
Heat
bury
metal
the
on a
body.
shovel. Eh?
Heat
Yeah,
metal on a
there you go.
shovel.
It's like when you rinse hot water over the ice cream scoop when it's too hard. There you go.
Smart.
As you make your way down to the ground, there are guards and people that are just fawning over you. You're well known, and they can see that there's some intensity. Mercutio has put on a high visibility vest, a hat, and a sign that says "Stop," and is just standing between the crowd and you as you make your way down. You dig this hole, you perform this ritual. The magic infuses through the mythalar, passes up into the sky, and there is some part of you that knows that winter's last breath has stilled. The mythalar cracks under the undoing of a god's spell.
Oof.
You know, like the mythalar before, it's still powerful, but very dangerous. There's
Mirth uses
this...
sleight of hand to put it in his bag. Just in case.
The mythalar disappears. There is an odd quiet. And after a few moments, even the blizzard winds here in Bryn Shander begin to still. It's almost anticlimactic. A god who's dead far away. A storm that's been stopped far away. An odd quiet and a knowledge that in just a few hours, the sun's going to rise. Mercutio looks around. Hey, give me a second, I'm going to check. A sunbeam descends from the sky, creates another round of grass and spring flowers, and a few moments later, they're back. It's time. Get to the Northlet. Go to the tavern. I've got friends to find.
Friends, says Brom, surprised.
And in a
People
moment,
like you? Just kidding.
Mercutio disappears.
No!
You hear, after Mercutio goes, you hear behind you.
You know, I went on a whole beach vacation with Mercutio.
It's
Very
true. He's good at that kind of thing. All right. To old Bitey's lair.
You will walk in to the Northlook to find a crowd that is bustling. The Northlook is fuller than you've seen it in some time, and as soon as you walk in, there is just this cheer that cries out as
Yay!
they turn. There are people buying you drinks. There's something feels right. Something feels different. The little thing. What is that? They wear the funny hats. They said it's all gonna be okay, and you're back. So it's okay, right? Right? It's this cavalcade of people. What do you tell all these people, asking you if it'll be okay?
Everything's going to be just fine, says Brom. Almost, this has all been quite exhausting for him, so he sounds tired. He's now in melting, bloody sweat, like frost. And there's clearly like dark liquid crusted around like his armor padding. Like he looks beat up. He's had a hard time.
Mirth will put a hand on Brahm's armor and then start banging it slowly, percussively, and then he'll go, "Ding dong, the witch is dead," and he's going to start playing some jams and is going to get the tavern singing as we celebrate the extermination of a very vile goddess.
As you begin this, there are an hour of just celebration, of revelry, and as you are in there enjoying your time, from outside the walls, there is a blast of a deep horn.
Oh.
Multiple people within the Northlook pause to look. Several of the guards that were in there immediately drop their drinks and run outside. Alarm bells start to ring, and every guard runs to the door. The people go almost silent, mostly drunk, still distracted. A few look concerned as the guards race out the door of the Northlook.
Oh, well, did we sing too soon? Crap. We're just gonna go stare out the window and see what everybody's looking at.
Brom's gonna go follow and figure out what's going on. He kind of like he trips a little bit on his way. He's very
May
tired.
follows- May puts her drink down and follows too.
You make your
Where's
way
holding
to the
his
top
drink?
to the top of the wall just outside the Northlook, standing with the guards nearby. And in the distance, in the darkness, you see torches. Thousands of them approaching.
Oh
Wow.
An army,
Wait.
thousands strong, is marching toward Bryn Shander.
Oh shit.
A single stumbling messenger makes their way to the front. Open the gates! Open the gates! The gates open up, and this guard runs in, runs up to the top, standing next to you. The lieutenant of the captain of the guard beside you turns. What is it? We've been so busy, so distracted. They've been on their way for, I don't know, weeks, months. Banners, partially obscured by the light, are blowing in the snow and darkness. They're little bit more than shadows caught in the light of their own torches. Most are on foot, but as they get closer, you can see that several of the people in this army are mounted on large beasts. Some of them big and gray, with long noses and platforms that have 3 warriors atop them. Others large enough to put a draft horse to shame, a long, wicked curved horn on a squat, ugly face. 2 warriors mounted on these horned beasts ride ahead as the rest of the army pauses outside. The 2 warriors stop, and as they approach, May, you recognize the heraldry and the torchlight, just as they stop below the gate. Both swing down from their massive mounts and remove not only their helms, but in defiance of the cold and what May knows is a display of intimidation, both unclasp their heavy cloaks and throw them into the snow. Their coal-black skin contrasts sharply against the white snow backdrop. And in the flickering torchlight that each holds, every curve of their chiseled physique is
rolling for
blatantly
Brom.
obvious. Skin and muscle shine
Wait.
like obsidian. The first speaks, while the other stands ominously nearby. Hail and hello, people of the frozen north. Our diviners sought and found this place as to where we would find the queen who was lost. We've been sent to retrieve her. In peace or by force, we will carry her from here. May, you recognize the general of your armies down below. What do you do?
This is my ride
Understatement of the century.
That is one hell of a ride.
Yeah.
Rom
Well,
chokes a little bit.
The captain of the guard turns. You know them. This. What do they mean, queen who is lost? Who are you? You are the only member of this group who has never been to Bryn Shander.
Whoop.
I'm May. I'm also queen of, I forgot, the Southern Kingdom. Name that I forgot.
Was it Westfordshire or something?
Yeah, but I'm May, Queen of Westfordshire in the South.
Will you tell them it's okay then? Because quite frankly, we're not in any position to.
Yes.
Is that guy
This town is,
his pecs?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Brom's trying not to stare. Like he like looked, and then he like stared a little bit, and now he's like looking straight at the ground.
Ugh. Mirth rolls his eyes. May, I never doubted you. Your Majesty. And I think he does a curtsy of appreciation.
I declare this town friendly.
Your general down below looks up. Is my queen present, or must we knock down the walls to find her?
May will come out and
As soon as you are in view, both of these absolute figures of masculinity fall into the snow. My queen! In the distance, you can see the ripple of torches as every member of this army falls to their knees.
I'm gonna wait for. I think I usually wait for them all to do their thing, and then I say, "You may rise."
The ripple works its way back. My queen, are you well?
Yes, I am well. We have defeated the Frost Maiden, and this town is friendly.
That is good to know. We will leave when you're ready then, Your Majesty.
Yes, I'm going to say goodbye to my companions who have helped with this journey, defeat the Frost Maiden, and we can go.
We'll camp here and await then.
Thank you.
With your permission. He gestures to the cloak that's wadded up on the ground next to him.
Yes, please pick up the cloaks. May just looks for a moment longer at the muscles.
They oblige.
Okay, yes, you should put your cloaks back on.
Your Majesty. They kneel, grab the cloaks, put them on, and return to the rest of the army.
And then May will go back in to say goodbye to everybody and offer them a chance to go with her.
Okay. So we will get to that. The rest of you make your way back into the North Look. And the crowd cheers as the door opens and you come back in. There's this relief amongst them, just this knowledge that things have not gotten worse, but have gotten so much better. As you are guided to a seat in the corner, a place of honor, you sit down and find Mercutio sitting between all of you. I found the friends. They're on their way. They'll be here very soon. But I do have a very important question. And Mercutio whips their head over to Astoria. You died. I can smell it on you. Twice. Rude. It's awful.
Yeah.
Why?
Because we had to keep fighting. I don't know. What do you want from me?
Not to die. I'm pretty sure I told you that a while ago. That's just not. You know what? You're
Better.
right. I've not asked you what you wanted. So, tell me, the Icewind Angel, would you be
Aw.
sent back to the deserts I found you? Would you remain in the snows you freed? Of all gathered here, the end of your story is the one I'm most curious to see. Now, tell me, Ice Angel, what would you have if given a key to any door in all the world?
Interesting way to phrase that. I was hoping that maybe you could help me do a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. I have some acquaintances in the desert that I think could help out restoring everything that was lost here, all the knowledge, culture, all of it literally frozen away for God knows how long.
Things that we left behind where all the zombies were going to eat them.
Some of those, and then potentially some others. I think there may be another group of delvers and archaeologists that might want to have a little bit of the fun.
Well, fine. Just tell me who, and I'll go get them.
Yeah, so she'll describe the the barricade, the fortress that we made at the very first adventure that Astoria was ever in, and the Desert of the Dead. And then she will describe a pastry shop of some kind with a sign over the door that says "Special Delizardry."
You know, it's not what I expected, but I'm happy to oblige. Don't do anything rash like die while I'm gone. Be right back. There is a flash of sunlight, and Mercutio is gone. As the crowd leads into the revelry, and a few members of May's army come in to celebrate as well, the noise increases, the festivities increase, and looking around, there is one person in particular who makes their way in. Walking into the Northlook is a tall warrior, a greatsword strapped to his back, markings of Torm adorning his plate. It is easy to recognize Sir Lejar the Orphan, calmly surveying the gathered celebrant. Settling his gaze on you in the corner, he removes his helmet and the armor cap beneath, takes a very obvious and deliberate breath, and makes his way toward the table.
Brom straightens up a little bit and tries to like smush his hair into not a mat. He hasn't taken a shower yet, so yeah, he just kind of like smushes everything down and like hopes that he doesn't look too gross. Pulls like a handkerchief out of his pocket to like wipe off his face.
Prestidigitate. I got you.
Prestidigitate. Yes, instant shower.
As Brahm desperately tries to clean, Mirth, seeing where this is going, sends the zap over. After a few minutes, Sir Lejar makes his way to the table. Sir Brahm, Torm has truly blessed your hands and countenance that you may return from battle looking so strong and well. I must admit, sir, I'm uncertain how to say what I want to say to you. He kind of glances at the three of you sitting around, especially under the eyes of so many.
Ron looks like increasingly nervous.
Mirth will turn our chairs away, still listening, but backs facing politely.
Would you join me by the stair, Sir Brum?
Oh, man.
Brom just kind of nods and he leaves his helmet at the table, which he never does, and walks over.
Can we overhear from where we are, or is it?
Oh yeah, I'm not going to take this away from anyone.
Yeah,
All of
evil.
you can position in a way. They stand in a hollow at the bottom of the stairs that just happens
Oh,
to amplify everything they're saying. You can hear the weak attempt at a whisper just make its way across the crowd. In fact, you can swear the crowd quiets a little bit just so it's easier to carry. um, so Brahm, I was brought by that strange little being, told that you had made it back safe.
I'm so glad that you're well, he says, and Brahm is such an idiot. He reaches out and like grasps his hand, and he's like, he looks very glad that he's well and not a frozen statue anymore.
Sir Lejar will grab your arm and just hold it for a moment. No, yeah, it was unpleasant. Many of us came looking for all of you.
I I can only imagine, he says awkwardly. He kind of looks around back towards the ground and looks up again. I we we fulfilled our mission and we were successful and uh well he kind of looks around and sees all the people around him and starts to turn redder. Would would you have a moment to have a drink with me later?
I The awkwardness is equal. Uh, I mean, yes, yes, but, but sir, uh, seemingly so long ago, I brought you a message from your mother and father
Oh,
that a bride had been chosen for you on your return.
oh.
His expression like changes, like the color melts away slowly.
I
I have to speak to them, he says simply.
I wondered if now the battle here is won, so you're going to speak to them. So you planned on returning home for that arrangement,
I'm going to decline the arrangement.
sir. There's this pause. I had hoped you may.
Quote, he says, and he pauses, and then he kind of like backtracks in his mind. Uh, I will be able to be in the order longer this way without joining the Holy Trinity, of course.
Of course, that's the reason. Uh, That makes sense. That's good. That's honorable. That the drink, perhaps, to talk about what comes from here.
Yes, that would be nice.
The two make your way back to the table at the corner. All of you sitting very obviously looking in different directions because you didn't hear a word, of course.
Mm-mm.
Yes, nothing. Definitely nothing suspicious. Brom looks subtly much happier, as if a great weight had been lifted off of his shoulders. And also a goddess, but that's a completely different story.
Mercutio makes their way back in as a parade of different individuals start coming through the door. The ones Astoria sought, covered in sand and shivering, obviously. If I remember right, a turtle and an elven sorcerer and several others stumble through. There is a parade of different people that you have seen along the way, folks that you didn't know if you would see again. A couple kobolds, several allies, friends, long lost or thought to be lost at least. But one conspicuously absent to at least one of you. The question I have is, before I do the final vignette and scene, is there anything anyone wants to address?
I do want to invite you all to, if you need a place to stay, I'd set you up in a really nice spot in my kingdom if you would like.
Aw,
It's a
Your
generous offer.
Majesty.
There are some duties that I and Sir Lejar must finish here. They are actually duties. He has a quest to do. It's not just him making excuses.
Sir Lejeune says,
Um,
yes, there's much we need to do together.
Lots, I'm sure.
but I also must return to my kingdom and fulfill
Um,
my duties as a knight.
Just means we all have to visit each other.
We do.
Brom, I made a promise a while ago that I would come with you when all of this was said and done, and that we'd start a band. But I'm going to focus on the first part. And I just want to let you know that that offer is still open. I insist on coming back with you to be your emotional support, Mirth, when you speak to your family, as a reminder that you are so much more than the expectations of
Brom
your hometown.
takes a moment and he looks at his hand and then he reaches out and squeezes Mirth's hand with a gauntleted fist. And then takes a deep breath. Your support's appreciated, and I will be more than happy to introduce you to my parents. We do have a nice estate with good accommodations and somewhat warmer weather than here. He doesn't want to be insulting. This is these people's home, but also it is a lot warmer there.
I could go somewhere warm.
I would like to visit you as well, but I think I should probably set something official up because me just showing up might be a little bit odd.
Yeah, with all those hunks, distracting.
Kill Brom.
Mirth has one more thing to say, and he reaches out his lanky arms, and he slings you all in for a hug, and he says, "Thank you all. We did a really good thing here."
Brom smiles and squeezes his hand and also May's hand because May is next to him and he doesn't have three hands. Otherwise, he would also squeeze Astoria. And probably Sir Lejar too. Come on. Um, look, come on. Thank you.
After a moment of embracing, of planning, and of looking forward of all that's to come, the swinging doors of the north look open again, and a man with a spear and shield fastened tightly to his back looks around, almost in desperation. There's something about the gaze of this short haired blonde man that you just can't place. As he
Oh my
scans the room,
God.
he falls in the embracing group. Mirth, you look up from the hug to lock eyes with Gerard, your protector, not too
Yes!
long ago.
Oh my God.
The man sprints toward the table, stops in front of it, ignoring the rest of you, looks directly into Mirth's face and says, "For so long I was lost in a fog. Half memories, more like dreams of battles, protecting a lord, my lord. As soon as the fog lifted, I awoke in my home. I had to find the truth. I had to find, was it a dream or was it not? And then points over at Mercutio. They told me it was no dream. I left immediately. I hired horses, I hired carriages. I sped here as quickly as I could possibly get. I spent every dime that I had. I was met by dozens seeking you and your friends. We were frozen. We were lost. I didn't think I would see you again. Gathering himself, the protector you knew as Gerard lifts his ice blue eyes to your face. Found you, my lord.
Mirth is speechless. Completely. And I think he's blushing and looking around like, is this real life? What's happening here? But he looks bashfully pleased. Hey, I'm. Can we talk?
I had hoped beyond hope to do so. You can see tears beginning to well in the corners of his eyes. I had to find out for myself. I had to know. He starts to reach out a hand and then kind of pulls it back uncertainly, hesitantly.
Mirth will hug him. Absolutely. Mirth will step in and give him a hug.
He embraces. You hear whispered, "You're not a dream. You're real. Can we start anew?"
Yes, I just have one question. What's your name?
Anything, my lord.
Why?
Huh?
Wow.
My name. My name is. The heroes they did go out into the snow. They slew the gosh was.
Oh,
And that is all we know. Oh!
God.
The crowd continues reveling
Oh my
into the
God.
break of dawn as kicking their feet over the wall is a small 18-inch tall figure watching the first fingers of light break the horizon in the distance. And as for the first time in 3 years, the sun crests the horizon in Icewind Dale, a single tear falls from Mercutio's cheek, lands in the snow, and a flower blooms. That is the end of this story. The end.
Got
Yay.
old bodied.
Thank you,
Old Bitey
everyone,
coming in at the end.
Yay.
for joining us on this 4-year journey of a campaign. It is a joy and sorrow to get to the very end, and I'm so very glad that we were able to stick it out and come to a conclusion. I hope that everyone had a blast. I hope it was fun for you, as it was for me. And I definitely look forward to being around the table more. Now, we're not going anywhere immediately. We'll spend a few minutes to decompress and chit chat and those sorts of things. But before we do, I want to invite everyone here. Just remind us who you were, who you are rather, and who you were in this campaign. And if you would like to add a epilogue to this beyond those few moments at the end, feel free to do so. So what happens after? What is in store for each character as their journey closes, or perhaps they go on to a new adventure? So we will work our way around the table, share those things, and then we'll just chit chat, decompress for a while as we say goodbye to a 4-year campaign. So first, we'll make our way to Heck.
All right, hey everybody, it's me, Sir Heckalot. You know, I'm here. I'm on your screen, and I played. Oh, it's past tense now. I played Astoria, the ASMR lore bard. Um, and yeah, I mean, I think just general epilogue wise, really just going along the kind of like foundation and the vignette that we established. Um, it's a lot of recovering lost knowledge, and culture and, kind of redistributing that back to Icewind Dale for sure. There's probably a library that crops up somewhere, because you probably wouldn't be able to resist that. But most importantly, a lot of research probably goes into, preventing this from ever happening again here.
Fantastic. Let's reverse, and go over to Janie.
Hi, I'm Janie. I played past tense May, the bard queen, and she does have to go back to her kingdom to do, royal work. But I will say, one day she is by herself, and she just kind of hears the voice of an archfey in her head, and she decides to make a pact and becomes a warlock. She's also still a bard.
And Mercutio's tattoos begin to cover your body
Ooh.
as the pact is sealed. Over to T.
I'm T. I played Brom during this campaign as he resolved his ridiculous character arc. For his epilogue, he will indeed go back to his home country and confront his parents and delicately decline his marriage offer in person. But he didn't feel comfortable doing that by letter by any means, nor is it a discussion that should be in letter form. And carefully described that, he wants to be a dutiful knight, and he wants to be a good soldier. But his desires in this world are different um, than what they'd like for him. And although they, want what's best for him, he's old enough that he can make up his own mind about what he'd like to do. And, it may not be the right thing for a lord to do, but it's the right thing for him and what he needs to do to be happy.
Perfect. And Al.
My name is Al, and I have played Mirth, our Dragonborn bard. For Mirth's vignettes, he went with Brom, along with Gerard, his close companion. History will say they were gay. And he went with Brom, and I think remained close friends with everyone, I would hope. And I think he became a playwright. And I think his breakout piece was the story of the Frost Maiden. I think it's called The Rime of the Frost Maiden. And it's happened to be a sleeper hit. And he got a little bit of funding, and he's turned to his love of the arts. And in a small turn of fate, not unlike what happened to our beloved Queen May, one day, Mirth discovered that he has a freckle of wild magic in him after all, much to his wizardly older brother's chagrin. Now Mirth can say he is a bona fide magic user, not just a bard.
Absolutely fantastic. I am the last hit point hero. I have been your DM for this absolute blast for me campaign. We're going to spend, the next 5 or 10 minutes decompressing, chit chatting, talking about how this went. If any of you in chat have any questions or things that you want to know about how it went, we are happy to oblige. Otherwise, I want to start by saying thank you to all of you. Uh, Of the 4 remaining players, 2 have been here since the very beginning, where 4 years ago yesterday or so,
Wow.
we started this campaign. Um, it has been, oh, been a delight. I've enjoyed it immensely. I love the little bits that make it so personal, and, yeah, thank you for that. So I guess, the opening thing is there any Hey, welcome. We are
Hello.
just hello, hello. We are just wrapping up. Um, so anything from anyone? Any thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, conundrums, qualms? Go ahead.
So,
Yeah.
Dane, I'm going to send you something in the chat.
Cool.
This is
Hi.
we decided to compile a little something for you to put our thoughts into words. It's a PDF. I wasn't able to load it onto my site in time, so you're just going to have to awkwardly open Acrobat and read through it. But that has messages from us all. I'm going to send you guys some art I did of all of our characters, little chibis. You're welcome to use it if you're so inclined for whatever. But thank you, Dane, for a wonderful time and a great campaign. It's been a delight.
It really has. Thank you.
This is fantastic.
I wanted to ask, we got you a little extra something
Aw.
too.
It's a tale
So
of fellowship, bravery, and the power of persistence.
yes. I need your address so that I can both talk to you and also send you some presents. So let me know if that's cool or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'll send you a print of the zine. I don't think it's in its final form, but it's good enough for now. But I'm going to spruce it up and I'm going to make some prints, and I'm happy to send that to everybody so you guys have a memento
Yes.
from this campaign. And also to my fellow players, thank you all so much for being amazing, loving, patient. I know I can be a lot. You guys are always so sweet and make me feel like I can truly be myself, even when I'm really loud. So thank you all for holding space for me at the table. I've really enjoyed it.
Oh, I like the little chibis. They're so cute. I like that HP has his own chibi. That's my favorite part, actually.
It's so cute.
Yes.
It has
course
my
he
whole
does.
heart.
Oh, this is awesome.
I'm not sure how we can share this with viewers, honestly. I was so determined for
I
it to
mean,
be a
we can
surprise.
put it in the Discord. I mean, y'all, if you haven't
Yeah.
joined the Discord yet, go join so you can
Click the
see this
button that
really cool
magically
So you
thing.
can
appears.
see
Look
this
at the
little
stuff.
art. Oh, I'll go drop
Yes.
them in the art post. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Oh,
Yes.
that is awesome.
Yeah, let me get that link magically in the chat. It's totally not me. It's not me. It's never been me this whole 4 years from one
Mhm.
channel to the next. It hasn't been me. We have to keep up the illusion
I don't know
to
what
the
you're talking
very end.
about. It
It's
just
not me.
appears. It just
Yeah, it just
appears.
appeared.
Oh, look, it was
God.
eCash. eCash did it, so that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it
eCash
was
is always
eCash.
here.
It's been eCash all along.
It
Shout
was. It
out to
was.
Patrice.
Shout out to Patrice.
All right, I
Which
posted it in the Discord so you guys can see
oh, this is
in no particular
fantastic.
order all the little chibis of our characters.
Mhm.
And then I'll make the zine available. I'll post it publicly on the Neon Lights art share as well so that people can see. Are you reading it right now, Dane?
I am reading stuff right now. Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm gonna stop reading so I don't cry anymore. I'm gonna have to read a little bit later.
Oh.
Oh, somebody else say they any other.
What?
Well, we said it all. We just want to watch you cry.
We
That was
really
actually
did.
literally that was one of the prompts. I was like, let's make him cry. Like so
Oh,
payback for all of the feelings. It's interesting in the most
Exactly.
recent in the last scene with Gerard, I'll just chat a little bit, but in the last scene with Gerard and also the follow-ups with the various characters, I found myself just getting flustered and happy and embarrassed, but excited and like, just so like affectionate for Mirth and his journey. And somehow imagining seeing Gerard, somehow, I know we talked about tying him back in at the end, but somehow like being in the headspace of the finale and in character and feeling some of the immersion, it hit wonderfully. Yeah. I know something was a delight to me if I start getting embarrassed or flustered. That's when I know that it's like it's got through my armor. So thank you for that. That was really lovely.
I had decided long ago that Gerard's name would be between Mirth and Gerard. Um, I have all of my notes. If any of you wants to take a look at the 64
Yes.
pages of notes,
The
Let us
lore.
look behind the scenes. You guys, you don't
full-
understand.
Yes.
It's
HP's
60
writing is
something pages.
amazing. It's
I
so
love
good,
how
guys.
I love how May's army
It's
showed up.
nuts.
Like,
God, me
Yes.
too. The army
You-
giving us all a heart attack, and it was just May's
Yes.
super hot dudes. Are you
Yeah,
kidding?
it
Yes.
was so good.
They were
I-
like, it was like the werewolf army at the end of Twilight, where they're just like shirtless for no reason.
Yeah, 100%. Like I was trying to figure out how to I mean, I was gonna go full out. The ritual of intimidation includes them oiling down. I mean, like it was in my head, it was a whole thing. And I went very intentionally pretty thirsty with most conclusions, but it kind of fit the mood of most of a lot of those interactions. So I tried to match energies the best I could.
You did so good. Also, the
Yes.
part with what was his name, Sir? Oh,
Sir
shoot.
Lejard.
Sir Lejard. With the part with him, I couldn't help but look at Jera and think, looking at Brahm, thinking, women only want one thing. Like, and by women I mean Brahm.
Yeah, I was just like quietly suffering, but yes, he's extremely awkward. That man, like, I think having a genuine interaction might kill him. So he was quietly suffering that whole time, but also happy, but also quietly suffering. So I was gonna say something, then I forgot. Oh yeah. What did I say? My friend asked me what happened to Brahm, and I said he said no to his arranged marriage and yes to gayness. And I think that's probably the best summary I could
A
offer.
good moral.
No, it's being true to himself and the person that he wants to be and finding his own happiness, okay?
Yes.
That's fantastic. This is so sweet, everybody. I mean, this is
Wait till you get a physical copy of it. It's going to be super cute.
great.
Mhm.
For me, one of the things that was very important from the beginning was to have this be our own thing. Um, modules are great, but they only go so far. And there's something about being able to sit around with you fantastic folks and all the fantastic folks that we had um, come through to just tell a story together. And that's something that I've enjoyed immensely. That's something that I've been thrilled to take part in. And I'm so very glad to have shared this with all of you. I look forward to whatever else is to come.
Yay!
If there's nothing else,
Here.
then we can close this for the last time. We can give our last summary of the rule. And if you want to find us, just look for us. We're on the internet. We're not doing any of that
Yeah.
right now. And
Plus, I put a link in the chat a while ago,
there
so
you
just
go.
go do that.
There we
The
go.
link spontaneously appeared in chat. So I guess there's only one thing left. After all of this, after 4 years, no matter what has happened, no matter what we've gone through, ultimately, there's just one rule. One rule only.
Be good.
Be good.
Be good.
Take
The
us out,
best
Foxy.
rule. Bye.
Bye.